Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to make informed decisions. Now, I'm still extremely bullish in the big picture. If you've been watching this channel, you'll know that I haven't changed my game plan for me being bullish until the end of 2025. I've actually extended my bullishness maybe into the first quarter of 2026 because of the global liquidity and the money printer coming on for the US and lowering of rates. So I'm extremely bullish. That being said, in this video, I want to ask the question, what's changed? Now, we're going to answer that in two ways. Yes, what's changed in the market, but what has changed with you? You know, we've all been in crypto for a different length of time, but most people have been around for at least a pretty good bit of this cycle. So, one thing that I noticed in the last couple of weeks is how bearish people got. People stopped wanting to watch videos. People all got, saying, oh my God, I can't believe you'd be buying the dip or anything. There's no altcoin season. So, what's changed with you? So, we're going to talk about what I think has changed in the market. And we're going to talk about giving you some alpha to make you think about the rest of 2025 and your game plan. So hit the like button. Let's dive into it. Guys, just Thursday and Friday, I was getting emails from my coaching clients of people crying, people wanting to get out of crypto, people just extremely bearish. The fear and greed index was crazy low. No one wanted to buy. And then all of a sudden, late Friday afternoon, the S&P and the NASDAQ rallied into the close, and we got some bullishness in crypto over the weekend that has extended till today. And now everybody seems to be in different spirits. So what's really changed? If you're bullish now, how was it you weren't bullish last week when things were on sale? That's kind of what we're going to talk about. For example, guys, Hyperledger is up 25% for the week. Now, I want you to think about that, and we're going to get more into that. But look at this. Fear and greed index is right now 31, which is almost out of the fear. And this is my third video talking about fear and greed in the last month. And I've said, look, if you just buy in the red, I did my first video when it was right here. Just buy in the extreme fear and sell in the green. But most people are going to do the opposite. Go read the comments. Oh, altcoin season's over, crypto's dead. And now it's still in the orange. It's not in the deep orange, but people are getting more bullish. By the end of the week, the fear and greed index could be 50, 60, 70. And where are you buying? Way up in here. And they're saying it's at 31, but even Binance saying it's already neutral. Guys, that's just basically overnight. So I really want you to ask yourself, last week when everything was on sale, the week before that when everything was on sale, fear and greed index, I believe, hit 9, lowest level since the FTX collapse. Did you buy anything? I want you to think about that. And here's why. I stacked some Altcoin. Guys, it's almost 2x in a week. By the end of the week, I could be taking profits. I can already be taking profits. I'm not saying that to brag because that was one of my degen plays. But even if you go back and look at Hyperledger, I want you to think about something, guys. A week ago, if you just started dollar cost averaging into, say, Hyperledger, and you put $10,000 in, you're up 2,500%. If you put that in the stock market, you'd be happy to get that in a year. And the point I'm trying to make, and I really want to drive home, is this game has changed, guys. The big money, the smart money, they're not here to put in, $100 million and wait for it to 5, 6, 7x. They put in $100 million and they get 25%, they get 70%. They're going to start taking profits. Now, I used to work for Bear Stearns, and I used to also be a futures and options trader, basically a commodity trader. And I've been telling people crypto needs to be invested in like commodities. Most of these projects are commodities and they move like commodities. This is not 2017 when you can just buy any top 10 token and make life changing gains. The big money, the whales, play a different game. And I believe you're going to witness that just like we've witnessed it for the last 3 years in this entire cycle. Now, the reason I brought up my background is I've been on the floor with 500 of the best traders on the planet back in the day. And I've never, and I mean never, seen anyone better than the guy I'm about to show you. He's the best I've ever seen. And that really says something because I've seen thousands of traders. But listen to what he has to say.
Here, I'm not really seeing any big selling happening on the chain itself to suggest our investors are getting in or out. But remember, as we said before last week, there are new whales coming into cryptocurrency, and new whales are not here for the idea of crypto. They're here to sell. They want to make some money and get out and get ready for the next opportunity.
Now that's really important because I 100% agree with what he said. So I want you to think about this, guys. When someone puts in 10 million, $50 million, they can move almost, the majority of these tokens around. So just like we may try to use leverage and make $1,000 a day or $5,000 on a phenomenal day, something like that, these big guys can jump in with a strategy to move the markets, get a little hype going, get some FOMO going, start buying. And then when that project pumps up and maybe they get a 2x, guys, they're going to start dollar cost averaging out. And then here we go. And the reason I want to tell you that is I personally am not convinced this is not just a relief rally. I'm not telling anyone to run in right now and start stacking. But I just want you to think about your game plan, right? A week ago, you didn't want to buy and you would have really good profits. But now it's starting to move. And most people probably are not buying, and I get that. But if we extend this rally out to the end of the week, FOMO will kick in, and next weekend we'll have a massive rally. Most people will FOMO in and get real bullish. The fear and greed index, they hit 60, something like that. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, oh, wow, it was a relief rally. And the people at the bottom started taking some profits. And the reason that is so important is yes, I didn't DC in enough of hyper liquid or Altcoin to make a huge difference. But I did start dollar cost averaging in, and I will be taking some profits in that scenario. I'm not just going to let it run. And yes, I could be wrong. But it's the whole point of this is, guys, you need to have a game plan. And if you've been on the wrong side of crypto for this cycle, change the way you think. Start taking profits, start buying the dip. Go against the 90% of people that either in the FOMO stage or in the FUD stage. You want to be in that 10% club. Now let's look at some charts, guys. This is Bitcoin dominance. It's still going up. I still believe the whole strength of crypto is based on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, not altcoin, has the momentum, and it's not going to change. And I'm personally looking at the stock market, and I'm going to show you a chart on that as well. Now, here's my thoughts of why I think this may just be a relief rally. If you look at Bitcoin right here, we've got, and you see these two white lines. This, we're already getting into resistance. If we can break through, we're going to have resistance again. But what we need to see is crypto really get above this white line right here and trade like 2 or 3, 4 days in a row, close above that line before you can convince me that we're going to new all-time highs for Bitcoin. But for now, well, let me back up. And when I look at this liquidity, I want you to think about something. And guys, I'm 100% convinced that liquidity matters more than anything. If you know how the market makers move and how the big whales think, they're always going after liquidity. Now, look right here. Yes, there's plenty of liquidity as we go up, and that's going to be a fight to take that liquidity. However, see, we've just bounced off this red line. Look at all this new liquidity. This is people going long on leverage. That makes the whales, the money, the market makers do this. They're like, that's easy money. Why? Because they know all they got to do is drop down and maybe run this red line, and all of that gets liquidated. And then they can take it back up. And that's why, guys, crypto is just going to stair step. It's smart money taken away from the hodlers, taken away from the leverage money. Now, for me, right now, I basically watch the stock market every day, the NASDAQ and the S&P, because I can't imagine people that are bearish on the stock market thinking they're going to take that money out and put it into altcoins. They may put some into Bitcoin, but you're not going to sell your Tesla or whatever it is on the stock market where it has a fraction of the risk and go into altcoins right now. So if you look at the S&P right here, and you look at this line, right? This is the recent low. We've got resistance coming. We also have a gap to fill. So the probability is that we might go ahead and go up above this, test this, or break down, fill this gap. I don't know. But even if we don't fill that gap yet, and we have a lot of resistance here, and that resistance is going to maintain. I should have drew another line throughout there. And if we break through that, we've got another line of resistance that goes way back. So we've got a lot of resistance coming up for the S&P. We still have the stuff coming up with the tariffs on April the 2nd. I don't think that's going to be move the market either way, but if it does move the market, it will probably be positive. I don't see anything negative that's not already baked in coming. That being said, the whole point of this video, guys, is to get you thinking about your game plan, get you thinking about buying when fear and greed is low, when everyone's negative, when no one's buying. The 10%'s buying, the whales will be buying. Start dollar cost averaging in, getting a game plan. Now, that being said, guys, I do one-on-one coaching. I have a coaching course. I have a shorting course, which I personally believe is the best way to make money in crypto. But if you need some coaching, just reach out. I'll leave a link in the comments and in the description down below. Click that. We also have an inner circle I'm excited about. And guys, our goal again is to get you in that 10% club. And whether you take me up on that or not, do yourself a favor, guys. Get a game plan. Change the way you're thinking or have been thinking. If you've been successful as long as you've been in crypto, keep doing what you're doing. But if you haven't been, you might want to change your strategy, because if you're in the 90% club right now, it's probably just going to be luck to get you in that 10% club. You want to take as much luck out of it and get into the probabilities. Hope is not a strategy. This bull run is different no matter what. In my last video, I talked about even if we have the biggest altcoin season known to man and Bitcoin hits 300,000 or 500,000 and altcoins absolutely explode, guys, we're going to have 30, 40, 50% pullbacks along the way, 2 or 3 of them. You can probably take that to the bank. It's not financial advice, but the point is, if that's true, you're probably not going to have what it takes to just hold it and catch the top. And you're not going to know when that top is. You're not going to take profits along the way if you haven't been taking profits throughout this cycle. It's something to think about, guys. And if you need some help, like I said, reach out, send me an email. We'll have a conversation about the services I offer. But guys, I can't be more bullish, but I wanted to bring this to your attention. I don't think it's weird to me. My thought process doesn't change in 3 days of pumping. These are stairs, right? I have the same strategy, the same thought process. I'm extremely bullish for the rest of this bull run. I do believe there's a bull run. I do believe we're going to have altcoin season. And I do believe when things collapse throughout this bull run, you should get to stacking at least to dollar cost average in. That's my game plan. And when I get up where it starts to feel good, I start taking handfuls, because the majority of money you're going to make in this bull run, guys, is going to come from new projects. And you're not going to have any dry powder, right? Hyper liquid, that wasn't even around. And now it's a great value. It just came out, what, months ago. So, the new projects like Ondo that's never experienced a bull run, that's where you want to be stacking, in my opinion. These old tokens that have already made life-changing gains, guys, 90% of all tokens don't hit a new all-time high in their second bull run. Probabilities get you in that 10% club, guys. When you put in $10,000 and you got 2,500, 1,300, 14, 17, doubled your money, start taking some profit. The sooner you can take your initial investment out, the better off you are. Because these markets are not just going to run to a 20x and let you tap out. They're going to go up, 30%, 70%, back down, 2x, 3x, back down to 1x, right? Up to 4x. Like, it's just going to zigzag. And then sometime in 90 days, 120 days, who knows? Even if we rip till then, all of a sudden you wake up and you're down 30%. You're down another 10%. You're down another 20% overnight. That's how the game's played, guys. You need to start thinking like the whales, because the whales and the smart money know exactly how you think. And if you don't understand, like what I was talking about on the liquidity, guys, you shouldn't be trading. But, cryptos should be treated more like commodities. All right, guys, didn't mean to get on my high horse. That being said, hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But either way, come back and be part of this community. Join that inner circle, if nothing else. Take care, guys.